I look forward to seeing you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. This time I'd like to introduce the JD class speaker. The speaker is Alexandra Folks Grafton. Alex started law school with 2 young children, now ages 3 and 5, and she had her 3rd child between her 2nd and 3rd year. Today, she is graduating number 1 in her class. With a long resume of achievements that are equally impressive. While in law school, Alex was chief articles editor of the Houston Law Review, worked as a legal research intern at Baylor College of Medicine, writing on the intersection of genetics and the law, served as a research professor and teaching assistant for a number of faculty members. Alex worked as a summer associate for 3 law firms, Orrick, Harrington, and Sutcliffe, Sussman Godfrey LLP, Vincent and Elkins. She also had the honor of serving as a judicial intern to Judge Gray Miller of the United States District Court for the Southern District of Texas. After graduation, Alex will be clerking for the Honorable Timothy D. Giusti of the United States District Court for the Western District of Oklahoma, and to the Honorable Carolyn Deneen King of the United States Court of Appeals for the 5th Circuit. As I said, we have tremendous class speakers. I don't know if there's anything else I've left out, Alexandra, but Alexandra, please come up and do your graduation speech.
Good evening, everyone. And class of 2019, congratulations. I'm honored to be here right now. And I want to start off by having us think about those that helped us get to where we are. Because I know that I am not here despite my 3 kids. I am so much here because of my 3 kids. And so if I could ask you all to join me in a round of applause for all of those, our families, partners, support systems, and mentors, especially those that so wanted to be here and couldn't because of the change in circumstance. You know, I feel so lucky, and I'm so thankful because in law school, I found my people. So many of you that were supportive and cared deeply about the things that are and have always been important to me. Though standing here at the end of it, I'm even more grateful for those of you who disagreed with me. Because so much of my time in law school was about engaging those who I thought were different, and frequently who I thought were wrong, and discovering that I was the one who had so much more to learn, that I was the one who would change. We started law school at a time when everything around us felt very adversarial. A lot of us versus them in the news. And as we trained to become advocates in an adversarial discipline, during an adversarial time, it's easy and it's tempting to pick a side and then stop listening. But this is a mistake. And I don't mean that it's a mistake in the sense that it's something we should not do. I mean it's a mistake in the sense that it's something we can't afford to do, because we're going into the legal profession at a time when the profession is changing drastically. And maybe not everything that we learn here in law school will end up being relevant to our legal practice. But the best lesson that I learned here, and one that I can assure you will be relevant, no matter how the profession changes, was that to make the most out of my time in law school, to be as good as I possibly could be, I needed to be flexible, and I needed to listen. Now, certainly, as advocates, we'll have a responsibility to defend our position. But we will all be better off for taking just as seriously the responsibility of engaging the opposition. If they have a point, learn from them. If they are wrong, rebut them. With civility, teach them. Ultimately, No matter how technology revolutionizes our discipline or how diversity influences our field, being adaptable is a skill that will make us all better lawyers, even if being a better lawyer in 5 or 10 years means something completely different than what it does today. This is the very last time we get to sit together as one class, all of us on the same side of the aisle. After today, many of us are going to identify as adversaries, advocating for opposing viewpoints. And when it comes time for me to see you as the opposition, I hope that I can remember that there was a time when you and I sat in the very same classroom, looking at the very same facts, and trying to answer the very same question. And because you had been deployed to Afghanistan, or you are a single parent, or you are a first-generation college graduate, or you thought that it was okay to wear Terminator glasses to class and love Bernie Sanders, because there was something about each one of your experiences that made it different from mine. There, in the very same classroom, looking at the very same facts, we arrived at different answers. And I hope that I can remember that whether we are here as classmates or out there as opponents, there is so much to learn from those differences. Class of 2019, you have taught me so much. Thank you, and again, congratulations.